Hello everybody, this is going to be my review on the Shengshou 7x7. I've had this cube for a while and I think it's really good, so I thought I'd make a review on it. So first of all, this is the 7x7 and most 7x7s are pillowed, and this one is the only cubic 7x7 that I know of. And because it's cubic, I think it makes it just a little bit bigger than the pillowed ones. So I'm going to compare it to a 3x3. You can see that it's about 2 rows higher. The Shengshou 5x5. And then if you have a Shengshou 6x6, you know that between 5x5 and 6x6 it's small, and then there's a huge difference in between these two. So it is quite a big puzzle. As for the turning of this, it is very smooth. It's just very smooth. You can almost turn it with one finger. All the layers are very smooth. And it's just a very nice puzzle to handle, and I really like it. Now, as for corner cutting, on a big cube you really don't need that much corner cutting, but it does corner cut line to line. And reverse cutting, it doesn't have any, it's non-existent. But you really don't need as much corner cutting on big cubes as you do on a 3x3, and that you kind of don't have as much control of, which is really helpful. So as for the corner cutting, it is really good for a 7x7. As for pops and lockups of this cube, it pops on me every once in a while. It's usually this piece right here that pops, or this piece right here, but those don't happen that much. But for lockups of this, it does lock up quite a bit. Like if you're trying to corner cut too much, then sometimes you'll get like a nasty lockup like this. This actually isn't that bad, but I'll try and get one. Alright, like that. You can kind of see in the back, it kind of gets messed up. And then in the middle, some pieces get twisted. And you kind of just have to push it back into shape. And like back here, it gets a little messed up. So you just push it back in. Sometimes the piece will fall out, like this piece right here. And you just push it back in. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal to me, but I mean, it just is a little annoying. Now, I know that you can change the springs for this, and it can improve the performance, but sometimes, but it will lock up a little bit more. As for the pieces, I'll show you a few of them. Alright, so this is the outer edge. Looks like this. You can see that it kind of has this bump here to prevent popping. And this goes together with this piece, which is the inner edge, and it also has this kind of like flare. And they sit together like this, and they move like that. This is the innermost centerpiece. It goes right there. And you can see that it has this little nub there. I think that's to prevent popping, but it's typical Shengshou. They always have the nubs on little centerpieces, like in the 4x4. Now this is one of the outer edges. It goes right here. No, it goes right here. You can see that it is pretty much kind of like a V-cube, only it has this another flare right here. And it has a mirror to it, which goes right here. This is the outermost center. It goes right here, and you can see that it's just typical like Shengshou. Comes out and it bends in and has a little flare on the end. The last two pieces I'm going to show are the wing edges. They go right here and here, and they look like this, kind of like in the Shengshou 5x5, and they have these little flares, and then they sit together like this. So I don't want to take this cube fully apart, so I'll show a picture of the internal mechanism when I did take it apart and talk about it then. Okay, so this is the internal mechanism. It's the outer corners and the middle edges connected to the centers. It's kind of like the Shengshou 6x6 with the corners and the middle edges. So, for the stickers of this cube, they are typical Shengshou Diane type stickers. I'll show you. I don't have any cubes that actually have standard stickers on there. Right now I have Cubesmith Half Bright plus Bright Blue, and they're cut for the Shengshou 7x7, which looks really nice. So I'll just show a checkerboard pattern right here. This way you can also tell how great this puzzle is. I'm having no trouble at all. So the white to yellow, it's just like any white to fluorescent yellow. It looks very nice and the contrast is good. The bright blue to the fluorescent green is great. I really like the bright blue color. And then to the red to the orange, because it's a fluorescent orange to a normal red, the contrast is really good and I really like it. So, overall, this cube is really good, and I would really recommend buying it. It's super smooth, the corner cutting's okay, and it really doesn't pop that much. So, thanks for watching.